I tell y'all this all the time, not to see y'all fail, not to hope that you fail, but to get you to proceed with caution when you see somebody online only showing you the good without showing you any of the bad, because there are too many examples of people falling for the good and ending up with the bad. If you are somebody with a job, it would behoove you to, in your best interest, keep content creation separate from your daily job. If you have to clock in on somebody else's dime and time, do not bring content creation anywhere around that. Why? Because there's the strong likelihood you might get fired, because while you're playing with the risk and the reward, 9 times out of 10, that risk will leave you with no reward. There is a woman currently going viral for violating HIPAA. Why? Because for some reason she thought it would be in her best interest while working as a nurse to be on live stream doing her job.
I know what I did was not right. I took accountability for my actions, and that's the only thing that I can do.
Okay, so y'all just relax. Oh my God, why do y'all keep doing that? I'll lose my license if I'm showing patient information. I'm not showing any patient information, so just relax. Just relax. If y'all see some patient information, then just holla. But I'm not showing nothing. I'm just at work, so just chill. Sit back, relax. Damn. Y'all be taking the fun out of everything. God damn. Just chill. And nobody's mad. That's the thing. Who's mad? I'm just telling y'all to relax, chill. You're not seeing any patient information. You're not seeing nothing. So just relax. Y'all be doing the absolute most. Obviously, this is the first time y'all been on here because I go live. This ain't the first time that y'all be just doing the most. This is not sanitary, but I'm gonna do that. I'm old enough, I'm grown enough to know that I did something I wasn't supposed to be doing, and I have to deal with whatever comes after that. And whatever comes after that is not for me to tell y'all. I told myself that I wasn't going to respond to anybody else. But this comment right here really moves me. Like, it really moves me because I went to school like any other nurse. I stayed up late at night studying, crying like any other nurse. Got to experience graduation, working, getting a new home for my children, getting a new car for my children. I put in the work to become a nurse. I didn't put in any work to become a content creator. I didn't stay up late at night to be a content creator. I didn't cry to be a content creator. I know this is the internet, but you people are very mean. Like, you people are mean. You guys are out for my head at this point. I know people keep writing me like, you don't have to explain, and I know I don't have to explain anything, but can we let the BON handle this? Can we let them handle it from here?
And obviously, that wasn't gonna fly with a bunch of people because, as we've seen numerous times, nurses and content creation do not mix in any capacity. And I believe in one of these videos, she's saying a patient's name, which could fall in that category of violating HIPAA. But don't look to me for that type of inbred information. I am not a nurse. Let nurses explain that to you.
To all the new grads, we're not trying to scare you, but please learn from the mistake. Please do not ever open a lidocaine patch with your teeth. Use a scissors, please. Scissors.
You got to be a different kind of dumb to get on here and record yourself on live as a nurse doing a medication pass. HIPAA! The worst part about it is this girl said a patient's name. Not what, multiple times on here. Talking about I'm not breaking HIPAA. You can't see patient information. Girl, we can hear it. Then, baby, you made a medication error on camera. So now I know what med Betty Sue is on. That patient should and could sue the fuck out of you. Do y'all think that they're giving away licenses for fun? The board of nursing will come and your license before you can say I'm sorry. Like, people on the live are trying to warn you, like, girl, you're breaking HIPAA. Girl, log off. Girl, get off. Girl, get off. And she like, it's not that serious. Y'all dragging it. Y'all doing too much. For your 55 viewers, so you about to lose your license for 55 views. Remember, Social media is social media. Your license is all you got. You need to protect that shit at all costs. Girl, get off the fucking live. You have to record of all things, you passing medication. Something where you should be focused anyways. You at the camera talking to the patient, at the camera, responding to people.
And so, obviously, the days were going to go by and we were going to find out whether this woman was going to get fired, whether she was going to get her license revoked. And at current standing, she's currently being investigated. And there's the likelihood that she's not going to keep her license for too much longer.
Hey guys, I did want to come up here and let you guys know what was going on. I told you guys before that I would be very open and transparent. So yeah, the BON was contacted over 50 times regarding my case. My job was also posted online and they were also contacted. As of now, I am currently suspended until the investigation is over. I do want you guys to know that I'm well aware, again, of how extreme and severe my actions were. You do things and you don't think that it's going to go viral. You don't think that it's going to be even seen. And in my case, it was. I woke up and I was all over the internet and I had thousands of comments of people holding me accountable for what I've done. And whether it was advice, whether it was criticism, whether it was some sort of guidance, I've seen everything. And I want you guys to know that I appreciate the feedback. This was a lesson learned from me, and like I stated in previous videos, I hope I can be used as an example in the future of what not to do, and just give a heads up to these, creators that are in nursing, that are creating content, these people who are in school to be coming to the nursing field, just to be aware. And it doesn't matter who you think's watching, it doesn't matter what the case is, just to be mindful of the content that you're putting out.
And while she's on TikTok giving everybody these updates, my suggestion is for her to shut the fuck up. Because when you're in a situation where you work hard for your job, your degree, to be in the position to where you're making some pretty decent money, and you jeopardize that by being online, the dumbest thing you could do is to continue to be online to let people see you do the thing that created the problem in the fucking first place. I don't like seeing people lose their jobs from their own ineptitude. I don't like seeing people in the midst of great highs suffer great lows, and it's completely their own fault. You are in positions to where you're not even supposed to be doing this, and you're running the risk because maybe you see somebody else doing it, because hopefully they have a boss that's a little bit lenient on the rules and they won't boot your ass for doing something basic, or they're doing it and they're not violating HIPAA while you're sitting there chewing on shit you're not supposed to be fucking chewing on. First of all, nasty. This is not your house. That was not a personal snack. You are at a place of business. Why am I seeing you gnaw on something that belongs to somebody else? You are fucking filthy. But you fall into these traps that create these conversations about why y'all shouldn't have these jobs, and motherfuckers running around crying DEI high because they see how slow y'all operate. And it ultimately leaves you in a position where you hope content creation works out, because I don't know how this works. Maybe if your license gets suspended, you can't operate in that basic area as a nurse anymore. Or you got to redo the entire process to become a licensed nurse, practitioner, doctor, all this shit ever again, which maybe I'm crazy, seems like a hassle. It seems like it's more of a detriment to you than it would be a benefit to you. So to you, madam, and to everybody else who likes to run this risk, stop. Keep this shit separate. In this hand, content creation, keep it all the way over here. In your regular 9-to-5 life, keep that all the way over here. Keep these things far away from each other. And the only way they could combine is if you are your own boss. But because that is another task in and of itself, I recommend motherfuckers not do that. And the last thing I'll say is, love the fact that you have these jobs. Yes, Content creation makes a lot of people feel like, oh my God, I can get a sponsor. Maybe I could get free things. Maybe I could collab with some pretty interesting people. Maybe I could do all these things. Maybe I could make a lot of money. I'm telling y'all this because I care. You with a 9-to-5 make more lucrative money than motherfuckers in content creation. Don't think Kai Cenat is the equivalent to the next motherfucker who's a content creator. They're making different sets of income, and one of these individuals is not really making anything that's stable. That's why they have another job. Please don't let the allure of online get you to lose your job, because that is the dumbest decision any of you could possibly make. But anyway, subscribe to the channel. I will see you all in the next one. Mwah. Goodbye.